Howdy everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to change the oil in your Dodge Durango or Jeep Grand Cherokee. This one is the V6 model, and this is everything that you're going to need. 2 car ramps, 5 quarts of 5W20 oil, an oil filter, 1/2-inch ratchet, 2 1/2-inch drives, 13mm wrench, and a 24mm socket. Let's get into it. And then when you're on jack stands, you just want to make sure to engage your parking brake so you don't roll backwards. So now with your car on jack stands, let me show you how to change your oil. So to change your oil, it's actually pretty simple. Once you pop the hood release, you'll come into your engine bay. Under this V6 cover here, down there is going to be where your oil filter housing is, and right here is where your oil fill is going to be. So down here on the bottom side, this is going to be where the V6 oil drain bolt's going to be. So you're going to grab that 13mm wrench that we talked about before, put that on there, crack it loose, and we're going to drain it into our oil catch pan. So with this draining, we're going to let this drain for about 10 or so minutes just to get all that oil out from the engine, and then we'll put it back on, fill it up with new oil and filter, and it'll be good. So while that bottom bolt is draining, this is the perfect time to take this and come up here and take off our oil filter housing. So we'll go ahead, crack her loose, and then we will unscrew it the rest of the way by hand. Carefully take the cap off, come back down, grab our filter. It's a little hot because I just drove, and I'll get the new one and put it on for you. To install this, it's just the reverse of uninstall. I already took the old one out, so we'll put that new one in. Take our cap, put it back on. Start threading it in by hand because you don't want to break the threads on the cap because it's just plastic. Okay, and now that it's screwed in by hand, we'll just take our wrench, put it back on, and wrench it tight, but not too tight, just about snug will do. Now with that installed, we'll come with a little rag, clean up any excess oil that we may have spilled doing our business. Take our cap, put it back on. An oil filter is now done. About 10 minutes passing, you'll take your oil bolt, thread it back into the oil pan, take your wrench, put it back on, put it down nice and snug. That's good. Now's the time that we'll take off our cap again, take our funnel, put it in, and we'll pour in 5 quarts of 5W20 oil. Now that we've got all the oil in there, you can go ahead and put the cap back on. And then you can drive your car off the engine stand and we'll check the oil level. Now with our car on level ground, come over here and we'll check our oil level. Sorry, I only got one hand here. Swipe off all that old oil, stick it back in. Look at that, absolutely perfect. With that, we are done in our engine bay, so we can go ahead and close it up. And the final part of this journey is you're going to come up here to your oil life and just hold OK to reset it, and you are officially done changing your oil.